Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Yesterday, September 20th, one of the top news stories was the death of James Brown's daughter, Venetia Brown. She died at age 53. Immediately, it reminded me of James Brown's birthday, May 3rd, 5-3. Also yesterday, in the music world, Suge Knight, who's 53 years old, news of how he's going to be going to prison likely for 28 years for hit and run, which has Gematria 53. But what I want to do in this video is talk about how Venetia Brown was murdered by the numbers. They're saying she died from pneumonia. Not many 53-year-olds die from pneumonia. Maybe if she was 93, but not 53. I'm going to show you how she died by the numbers, how her mother, Yvonne Fair, died by the numbers, and how James Brown was murdered by the numbers. And James Brown's death is in my book in greater detail. If you've never read my book before, Letters and Numbers, teaches you some really important knowledge. The longest chapter in that book is Murder by Numbers. Cover almost every celebrity's death you've ever heard of. The chapter's over 150 pages long. It's a book within a book. So anyway, James Brown's daughter, dead at 53. James Brown, born on May 3rd, 5-3. 53 is also the reflection of 35. James Brown's birthday, May 3rd, can be written 3/5 like 35. We've been talking about Svengali, this term from the entertainment industry. It means when an entertainer has an evil hand behind them, somebody manipulating them, somebody doing terrible things to them, making them do terrible things. And this character Svengali is illustrated in a book as a spider. The word Svengali has Gematria 35, Spider 35. Browns, as in the Cleveland Browns, have Gematria 35. Keep in mind this woman died the day the Cleveland Browns broke their streak of losing, as I predicted they would, because it was Jim Brown's 216th day of his age. Cleveland's the 216 area code. Essentially, Svengali is a web of dark riddles in the entertainment world. And that's what connects all these stories that we're just talking about right now. James Brown, Suge Knight, Jim Brown, the NFL. Understand the same people control the entire world of entertainment, and they are the false ones, the Zionists, the Ashkenazis, and they operate by this code of letters and numbers. And they even have the balls to put out the truth about what they're doing through music, the song Murder by Numbers, the song Gematria, the killing name. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. They put this stuff out in music, movies, TV shows. Anyway, let's talk about what's curious about this woman, Venetia Brown, dying the day she did. The day she died was a date with 66 numerology. 9 plus 19 plus 20 plus 18 equals 66. Venetia Brown equals 66 in our base ciphers. I just did a video on the death of the jogger in Washington, D.C. Big national news story. Woman murdered at random, supposedly on this same date, this same evening. Her name, Wendy Martinez, equals 66. Woman equals 66, by the way. Two stories of two women being killed. Well, one murdered, the other supposedly died from pneumonia. And for all of you who say, well, what about her family and putting out the tweets about, how now she's an angel? Don't trust these Hollywood families. You don't know what's been done to these people. These people are all corrupted. To be what James Brown was, you have to sell your soul. And I'm going to show you how his wife died in connection to him and how he went out as the godfather of soul at age 73. James Brown was technically a soul singer, but he was a little bit rock and roll. Rock and roll also has that Gematria 66, just something to keep in mind. Tom Petty was killed by the numbers less than a year ago at age 66. He's not the only one. We've seen a lot of musicians go out. We always do. This celebrity, it's a deadly game. Nobody has more tragedies than celebrities. Themselves, their friends, their family. Next video is going to be on Richard Jefferson's father getting shot yesterday. Died by the same number I always talk about. Also, again, September 19th, 18, not only was a date with 66 numerology, it was also a date with 46 numerology. 9 plus 19 plus 18, 46. Sacrifice 46. This code is biblical. Genesis 46 begins with a sacrifice. course, it's a sacrifice of an animal, but then when you read the Talmud, you learn that all non-Jews are considered goyim and they're animals and they're considered a slave. You know, that's all people that aren't Jewish, according to the Talmud. These are the people who run the entertainment industry. The word atonement also has Gematria 46. She died on Yom Kippur, the most important Jewish holy day. Again, this code of letters and numbers coming from Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, atonement for your sins. I think this woman has died for James Brown's sins, even though he's gone. You know, he sold his soul to be where he was in the world. And as bad as it sounds, you know, I'm almost glad that he did sell his soul because I really like James Brown's music, as a lot of people do. But it shouldn't have to be this way. People shouldn't have to be selling their soul to these sick people to get their music out in the world, you know? Shouldn't be this way because this is the consequences of it. She also died on the 19th, the word atone 19. The woman who was killed in D.C., her name's Wendy, which equals 19. You know, very similar patterns here. So if you are new, these are the 4 base ciphers right here. The alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. James Brown equals 60, just like Venetia Brown in this cipher. The reverse alphabetic order and the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. Venetia equals 33 like James too. Her name has a lot to do with James. 27, the ritual number. We're going to talk about how her mother died at a young age, 51. The mother's name in Gematria equals 51. She died on March 6th, the date that can be written 6/3. You know, James Brown 63. By the way, 60 is a number that's stamped on the black race. The N-word sums to 60. With regards to the 33, we'll get to how that connects to her mother's death. You know what? I didn't decode that headline, "My Heart is Broken." I always mean to decode when they emphasize something. Let's see where they're going with this. My heart is broken. My heart is broken. "222, as above, so below," Masonic motto. There's something I'm missing here. 75 is the New World Order number, and as we know, the New York Times let us know on October 6th, 1940, the New World Order was pledged to the Jews. That was on a date with 75 numerology. This was on a Jewish holy day. What am I missing here? Venetia's 78, the reflection at 87. Usually it stands out to me quicker. Sometimes I have to look at things for a second. But that 222 is the Masonic motto, as above, so below. So, with regards to her dying from pneumonia and being 53 years old, I want you to see that pneumonia and geometry have the same values in 2 of the 4 base ciphers, the alphabetic order and the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. The most important shape in sacred geometry is the Vesica Piscis, which sums to 53, like the age she died at. So there's this relationship with Vesica Piscis in geometry. Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, means geometry and language. There's the song Gematria, the killing name. Gematria 74. English 74. Killing 74. Jewish 74. Masonic 74. Again, dead on the most important Jewish holy day, Yom Kippur, about righting the wrongs. Also, with regards to her being 53, 53 is a number associated with the feminine. The word womb equals 53. The Vesica Piscis is considered to be the womb of the universe. She died on the 19th. Womb also has the gematria of 19. The family asked for them to make a donation through the Papa's Got a Brand New Bag charity. I don't know if Jim Brown got ripped, or not, James Brown, excuse me, got ripped off by the industry, as so many musicians have. But here's the death of her mother, Yvonne Fair. She died March 6th, right? Brown, 63. That date can be written 6/3. You know what else is about March 6th? It's 3/6, like 36, right? 36. And the thing about 36 is when you add 1 through 36 together, it equals 666, the number of the beast. And I just want you to see this. When we write out number of the beast, it equals 66 and 174. Also 87, like what's in that headline. You know, we just decoded that headline. My heart is broken. My heart is broken. Okay. James also has the Gematria of 87. There it is. You see what they've done here? Dead on the date with 66 numerology. The New World Order is a Jewish world order. As we know, thanks to the New York Times, they told us on the date was 75 numerology, October 6, 1940. The verse from Revelation 13:18 is about calculating the number of the beast. This is how you do it. You know? In Revelation, it says the false Jews will rule in the end times. In the Bible, the Jews are people with hair of wool and burnt brass skin, black people. You know? We have this entertainment industry. We have the false Jews controlling the real Jews who don't know they're Jews. We have all these murder rituals by the numbers over the years that just mount and stack every day. My heart is broken. Now I see it. See, sometimes I just got to think about it for a second. So anyway, Yvonne Fair died by the numbers of the beast. The daughter died by the numbers of the beast. You see how this is working? Let's get to the James Brown part. Well, first, let's talk about Yvonne Fair a little bit more. See how her name sums to 141? If you write out 33, it sums to 141. And again, James has the Gematria of 33. So does the name of this woman, Venetia 33. And any name that has a 111 Gematria in reverse ordinal or ordinal will also have a value of 666 in the Sumerian cipher, which is times 6. So now it's really coming together here. I hope you guys don't mind me doing this stuff in real time. Sometimes it's better to see it this way. I mean, this is how I make my blog posts. I usually have to type it out and look at things and think about it for a second. And oftentimes when I'm speaking about things in the video, just saying it out loud rather than just writing here quietly to myself, I realize things that I didn't see before. The name Yvonne, she was a soul singer too. Notice the 67, Yvonne 67, soul 67, blood sacrifice 67. 67 is the 19th prime number, and the daughter is now dead on the 19th. You see? She's dead on the 19th. Both of her parents soul singers. Look at James Brown's full name. James Joseph Brown, 67. Also 86. Look at blood sacrifice. Get rid of the Sumerian cipher for a second. Blood sacrifice, 6786. You see? James Brown's got the 60 stamped on him like his daughter. $27, the ritual number. 63, like how his wife died on March 6th. James Brown died at age 71. He was the godfather of soul. Godfather of soul, 73. Ritual sacrifice, 73. Sacrifice, 73. And he died on Christmas, 38. Death, 38. Murder, 38. Killing, 38. RIP 38. You know, they just had George Michael die by the numbers on Christmas the other year, too. Similar riddle. If you haven't read my book or seen my old video that was from my channel that's been deleted 1,000 times over by Google, I showed how his death was synced up with Nas, and Nas was close by James Brown at the time of his death. Nas had just sampled James Brown's song in his own song called Get Down. Nas calls himself God's son. Nas was 33 at the time James Brown died. God's son 33, James 33. Number of other riddles with that. But when James Brown died, it was in part a sacrifice for the rapper Nas. You know, another talented man, but part of this sick industry where this is the way things work. You know? So, R.I.P. If you don't follow my blog, you should. You know, got a long post on the death of Suge Knight. Or not the death, but the sentencing. I guess we can just get into it right now. Why not? I try to make my videos shorter because people often look at a video length and they think, where's it at? Where's the Suge Knight post? But, you know, you make shorter videos, people are more likely to watch them. Whatever, we'll just cover both since these stories were both in the news the same day. So Suge Knight's 53 years old, right? His full name's Marion Hugh Knight Jr., 211, special number to the Freemasons. Masons, Zionists, they run the recording industry. 211's the 47th prime. This news about his upcoming judgment on a date with 47 numerology. 211, the 47th prime. Judge equals 47, gavel 47, obey 47, authority 47. It was also a date with 67 numerology, September 20th. 67, the 19th prime. And let's not forget that the death of James Brown's daughter, it was news on this date. The date was 67 numerology. She died the day prior, but the news was on the date with 67 numerology. James Brown's full name, 67. Soul, 67. Blood sacrifice, 67. With regards to Suge Knight, all the news riddles that come out about him, they're connected to Tupac and his death. And remember, Tupac's rap alias was Machiavelli, a play on Machiavelli. Machiavelli was born on May 3rd. May 3rd. Tupac's final album, Machiavelli, came out 53 days after his death. In 2016, they announced his mother's death on May 3rd, 2016. She had died the day prior, but they announced the death on May 3rd. 53, by the way, is the 16th prime number. Suge 16, Tupac 16. Suge Knight, born on April 19th, the 109th day of the year. His birth numerology is 107. 107 is the 28th prime. He's about to get 28 years in prison. The word kill equals 28. He killed somebody. A manslaughter. By the way, ritual sacrifice also has Gematria of 107. Supposedly this man he killed was on the set of Straight Outta Compton. Suge Knight's from Straight Outta Compton. Compton equals 33 on the 33rd parallel. Masonry 33, secrecy 33, order 33. Anyway, with regards to Suge being born on the 109th day of the year, notice hit and run equals 109. Notice hit and run also equals 53. The AG is getting this sentencing. And, you know, the hit and run happened during the filming of the movie. That was a while ago now. Why are they waiting all this time? Why do they draw out the legal process this far? By the way, September 20th, the day leaving 102 days left in the year, Richard Jefferson's father was murdered on this date. Slavery 102. The Civil War began on the 102nd day of the year, April 12th. The N-word also 102. You know, shaming of a black man. Black man that gets shamed in the media a lot. The sentencing is on October 4th, the day leaving 88 days left in the year. Rapper equals 88. They abbreviate hip-hop, HH, 88. You know, who runs the industry? These guys. The 88 guys. The Kabbalah Gematria guys. The guys the New World Order was pledged to. We'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Until next time.